When I was deciding on my master program, I was a bit worried that when I would choose for the CPT track that I would end up as a process engineer at a factory, which I was unsure about if I would like that. But afterwards, when I started applying for jobs, I found out that I could also do a lot of different things, and it would be helpful if I knew that beforehand as well. After the bachelor, I also felt that I knew a lot about different subjects, but I also wanted to focus more on more specific parts of the courses that I previously had. So in that sense, the master was a logical next step for me. And what you notice in the master is the teachers are a bit more engaged because it's closer to their research. You had more projects than courses, so where you really need to learn to apply the knowledge that you learned earlier, which also makes you connect dots between different subjects. Especially when you do your master thesis, you also do a research project which a PhD student can really use. So I like that a lot, that I was doing something that made sense that nobody else did before, and it's also used in further work. A course that really stood out to me was Advanced Chemical Reactor Engineering, where you started with a project that built on during the 10 weeks. So you started with some initial questions that you needed to model, and then based on that answers you could go further. You did it in 4 or 5 different iterations, and it was very close to what you also notice in real life or in your work environment, where you start with one thing and then work upon that further. I really liked it, and I also learned a lot just by finding things out for yourself. After I graduated, one of the job interviews I had was here at the Dutch Emission Authority. I found a vacancy by accident. I didn't really think earlier on working for the government, but I applied there. It was about the CO2 reduction policies for industry, which was a subject I wanted to work on. And I really like my work here now, so it was a good choice for me. I think when applying for a job, the master degree in itself was very helpful. Because they saw that you were able to have a degree in chemical engineering. That helped a lot. And on the other hand, the internship was also useful because they also asked a lot about how you would react in certain situations. Because you had some experience in a working environment, you could use those situations there. I work as an advisor emission trading, which means I assist companies to be compliant with the regulation for the emission trading system. The installations, they hand in a lot of data to us, and I need to check if the data is correct. And that's about the fuels they use, about energy balance. And there you see that you can apply the knowledge that you learn from the chemical engineering master. You can also apply that here because you understand better how a factory, how it works. And if they explain something about the factory, that it's easier to understand it. And looking back, I would make the same decision again. I would still choose for the same master track because I like calculating a lot, which was what I could do also during the masters. And it was also a nice step for doing for my current role, my current job. So yeah, definitely.